Hello, besties. Today, I want to chat a little bit about identity and how our identities shift throughout different seasons of our lives. Because as of now, I am a completely different person than I was even a year ago as a mom of one, and even 2 years ago when I had no kids at all. And I feel like every pregnancy and baby that I've had, I have just shed these layers and these versions of myself. And I don't really think people understand that much amount of growth in that little time is insane. And trying to find ways to come back to myself has really been a priority. My name is Sierra Grad, and this is Meet Me in the Middle, a space where we go deeper than the surface and chat about some real ass shit. And I was scared to record this episode, and I did it in my car a couple days ago, and it bothered me because the sound and the audio was not there. And a lot of the feedback I had gotten back from people about my first episode was, we love that you started even when you didn't feel ready, even when it wasn't perfect and you just did it anyways. And so here I am again. I literally snuck away from the kids in camp and I was like, okay, I'm just going to be away for 20 minutes and be by myself. I just got a bunch of creative projects done and organized for modeling, and so I'm super excited about that. But literally this morning, you guys, I was dealing with slime. Zoya can climb up the slide now. Bellamy was throwing pretzels. I had to clean and steam mop. It was just insane. I'm like, how did people literally get shit done? I don't understand. So all of that being said, I am just trying to start even when it doesn't feel perfect. And that is so hard for me because I am a perfectionism, you guys. I'm perfectionism. I am a perfectionist. And I have always been like, I always need to perform and portray myself in this way that is so unrealistic. It's exhausting. It is the Virgo rising in me, and I'm so hard on myself. In turn, it also makes me so fucking motivated, and I am like so insane that I know I will succeed. And that is just, it is what it is. And I've accepted that about myself. Although it took me such a long time to get to this place where I'm at today because, yeah, I do have this people pleasing tendency and I do have this fear of not being understood and this fear of, does anyone hear me? Does anyone understand what I'm saying? If you've ever had a conversation with me and you're at the other end of my voice note, I'll always end it with, does that make sense? Because I'm literally just word vomiting all that I can. And usually my people are like, yeah, girl, that makes sense. But it's so true. It's more that validation of, are you following with what I'm trying to verbalize? Because I have yet found that trust within myself to be able to go with my own intuition. So I want to talk a little bit about that because it's taken me a really long time to get to a place where I've actually been able to trust my intuition and trust myself on this journey. And I don't really I think it happened truly, maybe yesterday, but with Zoya, after having Zoya and being a mama too, and just immediately being like, oh my gosh, it clicks. No one else is going to save me but me. And no one else is going to be my biggest number one fan besides me and maybe Cam and also maybe my mom. But the thing is, I needed to learn to trust that part of myself, trust my gut. I actually was looking at my human design, and if you haven't looked at your human design before, it's something that you absolutely should if you're into astrology as well. It's just another tool that you can use that helps you understand just your body and who you are from the core and from human level. And so I learned I'm a manifesting generator, but I also learned that my best my strongest sense is the sense of smell. So I have this spidey sense, and then also the way I digest, and the best way for me to eat is by open taste. So really like your digestion. Oh, and I just played the podcast because I'm looking at it. But yeah, it means I need to eat locally. It means I need to be connected to my gut, and in turn understanding and following that gut feeling in my body. Does that make sense? See, I'm back at it. I have been feeling these out of body experiences lately that I can't even really explain. I have been getting goosebumps and these full body yeses in my body that I just know, oh, this is the right thing. This is the right way. When I go against that feeling, you guys, which I know I have in the past because I've been scared, because I've been fearful, because I'm afraid to be judged, whatever the excuse is, keep it running. That's when I would feel my most anxious. And so being in this place now where I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit regulated after 1 year postpartum. I am on an anti-anxiety and an antidepressant, which has been so helpful. Shout out Zoloft. It literally has saved my life from panic attacks and all those different things and emotions and just regulating my hormones again, because I literally felt like I was going insane this second time postpartum. That this like level-headedness I've never experienced before, of feeling, and maybe this is what it feels like to almost be 30 and hit your 30s and be out of your 20s and just be like, hell yeah, I am me, this is who I am, this is what you get kind of thing. But it's just so healing to arrive in this place. And I'm not saying I feel that every day. Some days I feel I don't feel it, and some days I feel more empowered than not. But it's just like that journey of becoming who you're supposed to be. And I feel like it's given me a lot of grace for other versions of myself that weren't that confident and that weren't that ready for what I had to experience at that time of my life. And I think that's also where a lot of the anxiety trickles in too, is like I used to always play back, okay, what did I do? What did I say in certain social situations? Which was like so exhausting mentally. And again, now at the point where I feel so, I don't really care what other people think of me. The only thing I care about is what my kids think of me and my husband and my little family. That is my core. And also what I think of me. I feel like I haven't loved living with myself for a really long time. I feel like I'm my own worst critic. My self-talk was so negative for such a long time. And I think you add that layer of the unknown of who do I want to become? What job? Everyone's always asking you, oh, what do you do for work? What's your job? And then not feeling confident in what I am doing and where I'm at in life. And it just gets really exhausting trying to prove to other people, but in turn, not even proving to myself. So this week has been really transformational for me in that way. I am actually in my Saturn return. I just got my reading done last Saturday, which was so fun to be able to chat a little bit more, have a different perspective, and understand my moon sign a little bit better, which is a Scorpio. And so Scorpios are deeply intuitive, deeply emotional, empath people, and that is just hard on the sleeve to the T who I am to the core. So it is interesting learning those characteristics and understanding that about myself and how I operate. I think just baseline understanding how you operate in turn helps how you interact with other people, how other people operate, and just gives you a lot more grace for others and understanding and empathy. We're all just trying to figure our shit out. And when you lead with kindness and when you lead with that openness, beautiful things happen. And I feel really lucky to be in this place to accept that and accept those versions of not only myself, but it in turn has been beautiful. And I feel like it's really flourished in other aspects of my relationships as well. So as I'm saying this, I wanted to touch because right now I've been planning my next month and a half to 2 months before I leave for Greece with my family. And I am crazy. I think we all know this by now, but I am playing soccer semi-professionally again. And I am also trying to fit in 3 shoots for myself so that I can update my books, feel prepared before I leave, and also when I come back, be able to set myself up for success for the ongoing months after the fact. So you can probably hear an airplane right now. I know I live in the air path or whatever, the flight path, and it's just, we hear airplanes all the time. So you get used to it. But I am really excited about this because I'm creating a team of people around me who I've worked with in the past, who have been people of mine, collaborators, friends, connections, and people that I've just been like so on a level of, I can't really describe, it's just like an energy level. And I don't really want to sound like one of those people that's all about, oh, good energy, good vibes, but also I am so much one of those people. So I can tell when someone fuels me and when someone is giving me a certain type of energy versus someone that drains me. And so over these past years, really keeping those connections close to me in the industry and being able to work with a collective group of people, now I'm in a position where I'm ready to come out of this, here I am. Like, I feel like I'm like digging myself up. I dug a hole and I was pregnant. I was going through the trenches, and now I'm like crawling back up out of this hole because I've been like rebirthed. And I wish you could see my hands right now because I'm like trying to emulate that. But it's so true. That's something that's also in my astrology, is I'm going to be rebirthed multiple times throughout my life and shedding old versions and old beliefs and old systems within myself. So on that note, I'm so excited for these next few months. It's going to be really fun to test myself, to put myself out there. I'm so proud of myself that I'm starting this podcast, that I'm starting just all of the things that I said I wanted to do and having fun with it, because what is life without that, to be honest? And if there's one message I want you to take away from this, it is to I'm trying to be all philosophical and shit, but I, of course, get to that point and I'm just thinking, I just saw slime on the garage door and Bellamy was pissing me off with the slime earlier. And I'm just thinking to myself, my OCD brain, I was like, wait, I have to pick that slime up eventually. But if there's one thing I want you to take from this talk, this lesson, this module, I'm not really sure what I want to call these, maybe episode, sure, is follow your fucking dreams, to be honest. Because life literally is, after having kids and understanding how short life actually is, and we don't realize that as adults, that time is passing us by so quickly. It is way too fucking short to be doing things that don't serve you. And I know that in this sense of saying this, I know I'm very privileged. I know that like where I'm at in life, everyone is in such different areas of that. But feeling so grounded in your own gratitude and gratefulness is so important. And to be able to actually say, hey, I love to do this and this feels aligned with where I'm at in life, that is so powerful. And it really does just have this ripple effect off of other people and what you do. And I just have found that in certain industries that I'm in soccer and in also modeling and also in Arbonne, with the communities that I've been tapping into. I just feel so proud and lucky to be a part of. So do what you fucking love and have a good fucking day and go do something that scares you and go be brave. I always say this to Bellamy every single day. We do affirmations and we always say, I am kind, I am brave, and I love myself. Say that with me. Say it out loud. If you're listening to this right now, say that out loud. It might sound silly, but to be honest, that and saying it to Bellamy and verbalizing it, hearing it back, it's helped me so much. There'll be times where Bells will get so pissed off, he'll crash out, he'll throw his shit everywhere, and I'm like, bro, take a deep breath. You can do hard things. Let's try again. And he literally looks at me and I can do hard things, mama. And he tries again. To be able to instill that into my son and instill that self-talk, you absolutely can do whatever you want. There is no limitation. And I think becoming a parent has really made me realize that, especially a young parent where I'm still in my 20s. I just have realized that the cap on what you can do and achieve is only limited in your own belief system that you've created, or that someone else has told you, or someone else has put this limiting belief on you. And so if you can expand that, and if you can stretch your mind and understand that you are so expansive as a person and a human being, and you deserve all the things that you want out of this life, that is what's going to come to you. So call it energy, call it the universe, call it God. Maybe you're with God. I want to talk about God in another episode, but I'm trying to keep these short. So under 20 minutes is great for me. If this episode resonated with you in any way, I would love for you to share it with a friend. At this point in my podcast career, I am just trying to word vomit. I'm just trying to connect. And I also want people to feel like, oh, hey, I'm not alone. Or, hey, that's a cool thing that I resonated with. Let me send it to a friend. That kind of interaction of, hey, this podcast made me think of you. Take a listen. It's 20 minutes. Anyone can do that. It's so easy. I've sent voice notes longer than this episode on this podcast. So 20 minutes, it's so easy. Send it to a friend. Who are you thinking of? Who needs this reminder? Who do you need to tell that they can just fucking do it? Like all of those things, just think about it, be intentional with it, and meet me in the middle. I hope you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day and week. And yeah, that's all I got.